You thought Lewis Hamilton was past this, past the self-doubt, past the emotional spirals, past the public breakdowns. But what if I told you that even the greatest driver of all time just called himself useless at Ferrari in front of the world and meant it? Here's the twist. Despite one of the worst weekends of his career, despite finishing P12 while Leclerc took pole, despite questioning his place in the team, Lewis Hamilton said something else, something deeper, something most people ignored. I still love Formula One, and that changes everything. Because love, that means he's still fighting. Let's go to the data. Hungarian GP, Saturday qualifying. Leclerc takes pole by 0.026 seconds. Hamilton out in quarter two. P12, and in his own words, I'm useless, absolutely useless. They probably need to change driver. Sunday race, Hamilton loses places off the start. Stuck in a DRS train, finishes exactly where he started. P12, no pace, no points, no smiles. Post-race interview. There's a lot going on in the background that's not great. Hopefully I'll be back. Those weren't the words of a man in control. They were the words of a man cracking. But look closer. The numbers tell a different story. In Q1, he was only 0.155 seconds behind Leclerc. In average qualifying this season, Hamilton's just 0.146 seconds off one-lap specialist Leclerc. In fact, from Miami to Belgium, Hamilton outqualified Leclerc in 3 out of 4 weekends. This wasn't a collapse, it was one bad race amplified by Ferrari chaos. But when your name is Lewis Hamilton, every mistake echoes louder. Every misstep becomes a headline. And suddenly the narrative shifts. Is he too old? Has the fire gone out? Will he quit before the season ends? Even though he just signed a 3-year deal, even though he's been faster than Leclerc over multiple weekends, even though Spa wasn't about pace, it was about a spin caused by brake material changes and track limit rules. People forget, this is still Lewis Hamilton. 7 titles, 105 wins, and now in a car he still doesn't understand. But let's be honest, this isn't just about results. This is about identity. Hamilton is a perfectionist. He demands more from himself than anyone else. So when he underperforms, even by 0.2 seconds, it hurts. He doesn't blame the car. He blames himself. It's just me, every time. I'm useless. And yet behind those words is a fire still burning, because if he didn't care, he wouldn't feel it. And here's what makes this story legendary. Hamilton could have retired in silver. He could have walked away after Abu Dhabi 2021, but he chose something harder. He chose red. He chose chaos, rebirth, legacy. He wants to do what no one has done. Win a championship with Ferrari in the hybrid era. Win without the best car. Win his way. And what did Fred Vasseur say? He's demanding, with everyone, but mostly with himself. That's why he's a 7-time world champion. Now let's get real. Ground effect cars don't suit his style. Late braking, smooth exits, corner rotation. They don't react the way he wants. And yes, he has struggled. Since 2022, it's been a war just to stay competitive. But next year, the rules change again. Smaller, lighter cars, new power units, 50% electric, 50% combustion, new energy management systems. And according to Toto Wolff, that's perfect for Lewis. He shouldn't go anywhere. So here's the real question. Is this Hamilton's final fade into the shadows? Or is this the low point before the comeback? The moment before the storm? The silence before the redemption? Can he win number 8? You thought Lewis Hamilton was done, right? That after Hungary, after calling himself useless, after finishing P12 while Leclerc took pole, that the fight was over. But what if I told you he's just getting started? Because now, after one of the darkest weekends of his Ferrari career, Lewis just broke the silence. And his words? I'll reset, recharge, and come back stronger. The fight's not over. Don't count me out. So here's the truth nobody's telling you. The GOAT hasn't given up. He's doubling down. And that August 8th announcement, it might change everything. Let's rewind to the pain. Hungary qualifying, Hamilton out in Q2, P12. Leclerc on pole, a brutal contrast in the same car. Post-qualifying reaction, I'm just useless. Ferrari probably needs to change driver. Sunday, the race, stuck in a DRS train. Nowhere to go. Finished 12th. No points, no podium. His worst result of 2025. Post-race media. I feel the same. There's a lot going on in the background that's not great. Hopefully I'll be back after the summer break. The world freaked out. Fans, media, pundits. Was Hamilton quitting? And then he flipped the script. Because this wasn't just about one race. This is Hamilton's entire Ferrari journey on the line. 14 races, 0 podiums. Teammate pulling ahead. A new car that still doesn't suit him. This slump, it's more than just points. It's about legacy, adaptation, survival. And if he does walk away now, he doesn't just leave Ferrari, he leaves unfinished business. And that's the war inside Lewis right now. Because behind the cool quotes, there's a man battling two enemies. The car beneath him, the voice in his head. He said it himself. There's a lot going on behind the scenes. But he didn't say he's out. He didn't say he's quitting. He said, I'm not where I want to be yet. But I'll come back stronger. And if you know Lewis, that's not PR. That's personal. Because this isn't just any comeback. This is the hardest fight of his career. He left Mercedes, the house he built, to resurrect Ferrari. He could have chased an easy 8th title, but he chose something harder. Meetings behind the scenes, submitting documents to change the car, proposing structural changes to Ferrari's entire approach. Lewis isn't racing, he's rebuilding. Not just a team, but a dream that's haunted every champion before him. And if he pulls it off, it won't just be historic, it'll be legendary. Now let's be honest. The car isn't where it needs to be. Leclerc's ahead. The SF25 doesn't suit Hamilton's driving style. Ground effect cars never did. And yes, he's 40. Yes, he's emotional. Yes, he overreacted. But Fred Vasseur said it best. He's frustrated, not demotivated. He's demanding, with the team, with himself. That's why he's a 7-time world champion. And Toto Wolff? He's the GOAT that doesn't go away. He has unfinished business in Formula One. So here's the real question. Was Hungary the end of Hamilton's fire? Or was it just the moment before the comeback? The reset before redemption? Will Lewis Hamilton rise after the summer break? Stronger, faster, and more focused than ever? Or will this be the chapter we never wanted to see?